welcome to episode 1576 of Hard Factor. It is Monday, October 28th, 2024. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. 80-ish% accuracy guaranteed on this podcast. Patreon.com/Hard Factor if you need more Hard Factor. We're going to talk about what we're talking about in a second. But yeah, first of all, shout out to the Commanders. What a win. Wow. Jaden Daniels with that Hail Mary. It must have been horrible for Bears fans knowing that they had won, knowing that Caleb Williams had such a great fourth quarter comeback, and then just have it taken away like that on the last play. Time was out. I mean, he scrambled for maybe 6 seconds after time had expired.
It was negative 10 seconds.
It was the game was over.
If you're wondering why, if you watch the show live and you're wondering why we're 35 minutes late, it's because we've got a couple of Commanders fans that they haven't had a good team. They haven't had a good team in 28 years
of all time,
and they can't get enough of this season.
Well, it's just
I can't wait to play the Eagles now.
We're also 5-2 and have been smashing teams. You little,
I know. Look at this,
little guys.
Look at this. It's going to be a great game now.
Yeah.
A game you thought before the season would have been a throwaway for the Eagles. Now a good game.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
I know exactly how the Bears fans feel right now.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Because that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Just a moment ago before things completely turned around.
Old Hail Mary, fell for it.
I was even saying the Discord chat. I'm like, good game to Caleb. Like that was an impressive fourth quarter comeback. 26 seconds. It would be crazy to get OT. We're probably not going to. I mean, then you get one of the best. That was one of the greatest Hail Marys outside of like Rodgers in recent years. It was a bouncer, so you gotta take that into consideration. Still great. And he set it up. Like Pat was saying, he scrambled for maybe 10 seconds after time expired. Jaden Daniels did, and that's just because he's cool under pressure. He's a great quarterback. Many say would have been deserving potentially the number 1 pick, but that's a conversation. It's in the past now.
By the way, just 6:01 p.m. Central Time. Will says Noah Brown fucking sucks.
Yeah, he had 3 drops.
Three targets.
He had 3 drops on 3 targets, but then he fucking caught the one he needed to.
You guys are worse than Mets fans when you're good.
You gotta hate. That's how you know. That's how you know we're gonna win is when Will starts hitting on a player. That's when he gets hot.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I motivate him. I motivate him through shit talking him from group threads.
Next step back to him.
Yeah, he did. Noah was told he got it in the earpiece. So yeah, no, I mean, Mark, I'm sorry. Normally we wouldn't record a podcast right after.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to the audience that aren't Commanders.
Okay, sorry, audience. It's a little bit of juice right now because that was a lot to see right before we pressed record. That was a lot to see.
We lost $2,300 of parlays too. So.
We didn't hit a single one.
Yeah.
Well, it was an electric NFL day. So what do you want from me?
To see that Hail Mary, Jared Lindsay said that was insane. Yeah, I mean the chat's buzzing. Yeah, this wedding is horse shit, says Rad Dad. I'm sorry, Rad.
We went 0 for 70.
See that.
We went well, we got one alive. We got kind of. Anyway.
Oh, look at this. Matt says, I only picked Washington today because of PFT and Pat. And because of that, won my office pool this week.
Let's wow. Smart guy. Smart guy. Live internet comment from Matt.
Commanders coming through for a lot of people, especially Matt in the Heart of Hive. So
I sent two guys. I sent two potential Washington fans Commanders hats this week. 2 buddies that grew up in the DC area that don't watch football, and I said, "You don't have a team."
All right, no one cares about the Commanders. What happened?
Okay. Hey, you know what? This is going to be a rough transition. Mark's not going to like this one. Congrats to Pat's team for winning the Halloween-themed trivia on Friday night, assisted by the return of Hard Factors. A couple success story. Scout and bartender's bluff. They met at one of our trivias and are now happily married. They got a new house and are now back on Pat's team this last trivia, kicking asses at trivia together. Also, shout out to Mike Wade of Trivia Throwdown Online for hosting. Always, he's the best in the biz. Join for the next one. Patreon.com/Hard Factor.
So, let's do that news.
Feel good to be a champ, Pat. Yeah, today I've got some knee slappers out of the deep south for you. Mark's got some of the wildest cadaver news we've ever seen on the show, period. Yeah, spooky, very. And we've got the future of flight boarding with Pat. So,
also, a lot of people are going to be talking about Tony Hinchcliffe's set at the Trump rally at Madison Square Garden. A lot of people are going to be talking about it. It's going to be hot in the news today. Go watch it. Make your own opinion because I'm over it.
Hinchcliffe.
Funny guy.
Hinchcliffe, the killed Tony guy. So
yeah,
it's gonna be big in the news today.
Super familiar. Who wants to go first? I'll take it. I've got a relatively big one up first. Okay. This segment is called "The South Has Risen Again," but not in that way. It's not like that. It's not like
100%.
It's is that a hinge? Is that
different.
I haven't seen it?
No,
I haven't seen it yet. No. But is that okay? Well, I'm not going to talk about Hinchcliffe. What's up, Mark?
No, I saw the Hinchcliffe stuff. I mean, he's a fellow comedian, right? Like, obviously, he's a comedian. We think of ourselves as a comedian. We get paid to do comedy.
We make jokes,
and we also make edgy jokes, and we also make stereotypical to nationalities and race jokes. So it's along those lines.
Yeah,
it's along those lines. It's a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit over the edge and
strange venue.
out of place.
Strange
maybe
venue.
Strangely out of place.
Because it was at like a Trump rally, right?
So. Yeah,
it's at a political rally. Yeah,
he was just like doing like rapid fire stereotypical race jokes.
Warming up the crowd with racist jokes.
Yeah,
hard for us to complain about.
They were cheering for a different reason.
We do accents on the show and stuff, and like I get it.
Yeah,
it was a weird venue.
Laughing and getting erect are two different things when you make a racist joke. A lot of the crowd was erect.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah.
He's saying it. I can say it too.
Well, on that note, this segment is called "The South Has Risen Again," but it's not about Hinchcliffe or any of that. It's about different crazy news out of the southeastern states. There's been the hurricanes recently, obviously wild news, the incredible football as always, and then these two things I'm about to tell you about right now. First up, an extremely crazy discovery about the land beneath the southeastern region of the United States, something called the Smackover Formation that runs beneath the deep south from Florida to Texas. It's like from the Florida Panhandle.
Just so happens it's all the states where women be talking back.
Yeah, deep red states, the reddest of the red.
It also kind of looks
imagine
like
the Bible Belt. Yeah.
That's the shape of a penis, and then that's the inside of the penis, or the ejaculate, the vas deferens.
If that's the shape of a penis, Mark, I don't want to see your penis.
No, that's the exact shape of a penis. Not the outside, blue part. Not the blue part's the vas deferens.
Talking about a limp. Yeah. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
I'm only looking at the blue part.
No. The blue part's the inside of the penis pat.
It's hanging from. That's the veins.
Look at the penis-colored part of it.
I did notice the other part.
Yeah. So it's hanging from East Texas down to the Florida Panhandle.
Pretty concerned there for a second about Mark's tongue.
It's squished. It's like when you get Play-Doh and you roll it too thin, and it's long.
It's all lumpy.
It looks like what a penis would look like of a villain who is attacking the world because of his messed up penis.
Right. It looks like a villain dog instead of a red rocket, like a blue rocket.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's a real pointy and also Okay. And okay. So anyways, that's the Smackover Formation. Mm-hmm. It's basically just like, an area, according to Wikipedia, I'll stop pretending to know what it is. According to Wikipedia, quote, the Smackover Formation is a geologic formation that extends under parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida, and it preserves fossils dating back to the Jurassic period. The formation is a relic of an ancient sea that left an extensive, porous, and permeable limestone geologic unit. And because of that, it's already been a prolific producer of petroleum. With all those dino bones down there in the Smackover Formation, they've already been drilling oil out of it. But it turns out a new geological survey led by the U.S. Geological Survey, I guess that's their name, USGS, following up another study with similar findings in 2022, have uncovered between 5 and 19 million tons of estimated lithium reserves in the Smackover Formation. And so,
is that good?
That's for that battery stuff, right?
You're right. That's for making electric vehicle car batteries and other batteries for electricity. That's 9 times the amount needed to supply the global electric vehicle battery creation worldwide through 2030. And they only have really surveyed Arkansas fully. So if this is really extractable lithium down there in the Smackover Formation, it makes America one of the top 3 lithium-rich countries in the world, next to Chile and Australia.
We're going to find a way to get at it. We're going to find a way to get at that lithium. I'll tell you what, that lithium ain't going to be. That lithium's not safe.
No, it's already gotten. It's going to get extracted, Pat. And
some of the dirtiest, most roughneck ass, like tough handshaking, Motherfuckers are going to be down there just getting that lithium, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Tonight.
Just the most prostitute consuming.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lip dip spitting.
It's funny, Pat.
Todd's Ram driving.
Exactly. Oh, 100%. You'll never guess one of the major corporations who has been doing these surveys, helping with them, and also is going to be doing this extraction work. Can you give it a guess?
Woman.
ExxonMobil, correct.
ExxonMobil.
ExxonMobil. Congrats to Green Energy. You have found your new battery part supplier for a clean energy future. It's ExxonMobil. And all the batteries will be coming from the deep south. Very similar to oil. So,
dude, I'm sorry. Yeah, fuck. This
crazy. Is like big tobacco going to like vaping.
Right. It's exactly that. It's
just pivot your billions and trillions.
With cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same transition. And keeping it crazy and in the deep south, Louisiana man Timothy Lincoln was arrested in Opelika, Alabama over the weekend for clearing out an Ulta beauty store by threatening, quote, "I'm going to blow this shit up," to an employee standing outside the Ulta beauty store who ran inside. About
getting fabulous?
I thought he may have been talking about taking a shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Right.
What's in Opelika? Why do I know Opelika? Is there a college in Opelika?
I think there's a college there because it's in a place called the Tiger Town shopping complex where this happened.
How do you spell it?
The nation's first and largest magnetic tape manufacturing plant is there. Opelika. Opelika.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah, in Alabama. Okay.
Opelika. Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably some kind of college with the Tigers as their mascot.
Southern Union Community College. I don't think that's what you guys were thinking about.
Oh, maybe not. It was in the Ulta beauty store on Enterprise Drive in the Tiger Town shopping complex, and this is like before 10 a.m. on Saturday. So Timothy Lincoln, Louisiana man, rolls over to the girl, presumably working at the Ulta Beauty, standing outside the shop, and says, "I'm gonna blow this shit up," and then she runs inside. And she warns the.
Yeah, where's your bathroom?
Yeah, that does sound.
How big is this guy? Well,
you'll see in a second. She ran inside, warned the rest of the staff. They cleared out the store and called the cops at that point. Timothy proceeded to enter the abandoned Ulta Beauty store on Enterprise Drive at the Tiger Town shopping complex. And this is right after opening, right before 10 a.m. Saturday. And he proceeded to cover his face with various shades of bright lipstick or markers that he found somewhere inside the store.
Ultimate warrior.
Yeah. This dude is totally insane. He tried to write like turnt or something on his forehead, or maybe Trump, and he can't spell or write letters. I can't tell.
How did he get
barbed wire across his forehead?
He tried to write something up there.
Yeah,
his beard is blue. But I don't know that he could find anything in the Ulta to turn that blue. That he must have had that beard blue, I think.
Yeah, maybe pre-blue.
Yeah, maybe it was pre-blue and then
blue.
And then everything else on top is like either like lipstick or markers that he found.
Got a lot of red in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks insane. As Mark said, he looks like the ultimate warrior of insanity. And so
champion of insanity.
Exactly. So the police arrived and they found no explosives, just insane 42-year-old Timothy Vincent Lincoln of Burris, Louisiana, completely covered in lipstick, what I think. It's got a sheen to it.
He's like, I still need to take a shit, though.
Yeah, I still need to blow something up because of the bomb threat. He's facing terrorism charges and up to 10 years in prison. So not great for Timothy there. And let me take it to the internet real quick for some comments. Aries 31 Ram says he could use a makeup tutorial, which is true. Mm-hmm. It's horrible, the job he did on there. Purple Mascara 99 says, why is everyone crazy? Which is a great.
It's another good comment.
It's a good like modern commentary. Yeah. Marie Barone says the new face of Ulta, which no, Ulta's definitely distancing themselves from this shit. And then Sal 50XX says Post Malone off Temu, which I thought was really good because he did kind of give himself like a Post Malone vibe with like the forehead barbed wire and that kind of shit.
I would watch every single unhinged video he posted of doing a makeup tutorial, though, of him just drawing random shit on his face. I would absorb that.
This is how you knock 10 years off your sentence, sir.
Yeah, if you make content from jail, it's going to be electric. Yeah.
Yeah. What's he going to paint on his face this time? Oh, yeah.
Wherever his mind is that day, I imagine.
All right. Pat, you want to go? You want me to go? Why don't you bring up the rear?
Yeah. All right. I got the rear.
You going to do the rear?
Back.
The caboose?
Let's do the rear. Let's talk about some bodies. I'm going to call this segment Bodies, trademarking this as an original name. First up,
there's got to be a porno that has that.
There was a movie called that this year but I don't think they filed their trademark though. So
it's ours now. I think I wrote this segment.
Bodies.
I wrote a segment like this a while ago though.
Yeah, if you saw that on this with the cable guide coming up on Cinemax over the weekend, you were very excited.
Yeah, bodies streaming for free now. Yeah. If you ever driven behind a hearse, you probably thought, like, I wonder if there's a casket with a body in there.
Right, or I thought, wish he wasn't dead, because usually you're on the way to the funeral. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you're on the way to your father's funeral, that's a different thing. Or if you see a hearse in a funeral procession, you don't have to think that because you probably can infer. But I'm talking about just like a hearse in the open.
In the wild, like you're behind them driving, or like you see you pass them on the road, you're like
probably like, is it going
to a
funeral, from a funeral? Is there anything in there? Also, I hope that if there is a casket with the body in there, it doesn't spill out onto the road in front of me, right?
You might also be thinking, what fun business is this? Because a lot of businesses do that. They buy like a hearse,
the Ghostbusters,
right?
No, like
florist.
I can't think of a good one. A florist. No, but it's not like death related. It's like I've seen companies buy a hearse and then
like dog grooming,
prices to die for,
right? Dog grooming,
roofing prices to die for.
Yeah.
Don't fall off.
Right.
Yeah, that'd be a good plumber like gig.
Right.
Yeah.
You kill your toilet?
My second one is a plumbing related death. And the bodies. So hold that thought. So unfortunately, that's exactly what happened at this road busy road in Warsaw, Poland. A driver for the Hades Funeral Service, which is an interesting name for a funeral home. Send your loved ones to Beelzebub's Anus Services.
Isn't that hell?
Correct.
Yeah, that's like the guy who runs hell. Funeral services.
Hades, synonym for hell.
Yeah, anyways, I thought it was so ridiculous I had to look it up to make sure this wasn't one of those fake stories. And if it is, several huge publications were also fooled. So we're gonna assume it's real. So driver for the Hades Funeral Service noticed the body while driving his hearse. He was like there's a white sheet that he said was coming into his window, which happened to be like a sheet from the casket that got out, because what happened was the whole casket fell out the back. And so he noticed,
did it just shatter, like the wood just when the body slides out?
Yeah, big time. So here's an image of the guy. This is the body.
Holy shit, like came all the way out.
It came all the way out. Like the casket shattered. The casket came apart, and that's why, like, when you like throw a cigarette or something out of your window and it like kind of comes back in, that's what was going on with like the stuffing of the casket, and that's what like got his attention. God, he was like, "Oh, what is this? All this flirty little silky stuff in my car." And he looked over, and he still wasn't putting two and two together. Like it looks like the inside of the casket.
It's out.
Yeah, he still wasn't putting two together, but he sees a body now, like I just showed you, and he thought, "Oh God, I just ran someone over." Luckily, I'm driving a hearse, but I just ran someone over. He didn't. It was just the body he was transporting that fell out of the back of the hearse.
Man, I was behind a guy the other day who was in a U-Haul and had the back open, and I pulled up to him and was like, "Hey, your back's open."
Nice.
And
did he flick you off?
He gave me a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
The back's broken. And I've made this calculated risk.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, like he just couldn't figure out how to close the door.
It's still nice you
rolling with it.
The Hades Funeral Service guy could have used you, Pat.
Really?
Yeah. If you had seen him, maybe.
I mean, that's got to be in the same way that I'd expect this guy that was driving the U-Haul, which is packed full of shit, honestly, to like think, what's my one job as a U-Haul driver is to make sure the door is shut.
Yeah.
If you're a hearse operator, like numero uno job is the cargo secure.
Yes.
Well, the company came out and backed the driver and said, it is with
really?
It was with deep regret that we inform you that as a result of an unexpected technical failure of the electric tailgate lock in the hearse during the transport of the body of the deceased, an unfortunate blah, 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 we dropped a body in front of 1,000 people.
So he accidentally unlocked the back door. And
I don't buy that.
They're backing up. They're saying that the hearse itself unlocked, and then he probably hit like a bump or like hit the brakes and it went out.
No. Absolutely.
How does it? The back doesn't just open on its own.
Yeah, that's right.
A lot of these funeral companies are like, like father-son things. So the driver could have been like the son, you can't get rid of him type thing,
Right.
So
you got to make up a lie. You got to blame it on the manufacturer.
Yeah. Let's make up a technical thing that doesn't exist in the back of this hearse.
Because what else are you going to say?
Yeah.
I mean, it's Poland, so
what else are you going to say?
And they were like, we're going to, we're not going to drop any more bodies. It's our bad. Like we're on top of it now. So that was the first bodies. Next up is an insane story out of Union City, California. I don't know where that is, but that's where we're going. Authorities.
Look it up for you, Mark.
Okay. Authorities were sent
inland.
Yeah. Union City. It doesn't sound coastal, right? Yeah. Authorities were sent to look for a 95-year-old woman with Alzheimer's after she was reported missing. And they went to a house on Appian Way, Appian, in this Union City type area. And because a family member was like, she's probably at this house. Like, check out this house. So the authorities went up, and they didn't find a lady with Alzheimer's in there, but they did find a dead mummified man on the crapper.
Ooh, that's
inside the house. Yeah.
Oh no.
And not her though.
Not her, as a man. She's a 95-year-old woman with Alzheimer's. So someone in the family's like, I know she's used to live here. She might live here. So they went to the house and they found a dead mummified man. Now they called him mummified because they said, quote, his body had dried out by the time it was found.
And it is coastal too, so it's even got that.
Well, not really. So it's on the inland side of the bay, south of Oakland, north of San Jose.
Okay,
exactly.
But on the east side of the bay,
they got a nice Texas Roadhouse over there.
Yeah, it sounds nice. You don't want to go to this house on Appian Way, as you'll hear more about it soon.
No.
So they found this dried out body on the crapper, and they realized, like, hey, like a lot of people die on the John, die on the shitter. It doesn't look like it's foul play, but it is a shitty way to go, and there is a foul odor, if you know what I mean. And then they kept looking around the house, and they found another guy there who was alive, and they described him as being mentally ill. And to hammer home that point, all the articles I read said that he had mold growing out of one of his ears.
That's not good. I'm looking on the average price of a home on Appian Way is $1.4 million.
Damn.
This one's going to go for cheaper than that.
You just think with that much dough, someone would always be checking to see if grandma had died or grandpa had died, right?
Right.
You didn't die today, did you?
Yeah.
No.
You done? Black Sky says, you done in there yet? Yeah. So the guy who's insane, just his sibling had been on the crapper for 30 years, and the guy was just growing mold out of his ear, not
30
caring.
years.
Yeah, well, 5 years, 10 years, whatever.
Long time, years.
How long
this
did
is
it
like
take
the
to
woman
mummify?
in Italy that got found?
A little while. Apparently, there's some issues with this family because the woman with Alzheimer's hadn't lived there and had been placed in a home 3 years before. So this was where she used to live like 3 years ago.
So
and
it's just
her sons lived there after
Right.
she was put in a home, and they both went insane, or if they weren't already.
Everybody's got Alzheimer's.
Yeah,
right. Everybody's got like Alzheimer's or dementia in the family, and so it's just like nobody knows where anybody is. And
no one's cleaning out the guy's ear. He's like turning into a tree.
Yeah, it's
Google
crazy.
says 6 to 12 months to mummify.
Okay, so this guy was dead for a year.
At least.
And,
so with the mold on top, you got to figure at least a year. This is just like the Lake Como, Italy chick.
Yeah,
where they
except even crazier because her sons were there. One was still alive.
Right. That's true.
She was like by herself.
That's how she wanted to go.
Oh, right. No, this one's not here.
No, she's still alive. She was like at the home. The whole family's got some communication issues. Like they all have Alzheimer's and forget that she's at the home, and then they forget that the guy's dead on the crapper, and they forget the one guy's turning into a plant. It's bad. Now you're not gonna believe this, but the authorities and neighbors said that the house was disgusting, and that there was feces and trash everywhere, obviously, and there was like 10 foot high trash piles in the backyard, and it was, quote, the creepy house of the neighborhood.
You
they were
don't
right.
say. Yeah.
So
wow, that is a spooky story, Mark.
You don't want that going on next door, right? You
No,
think you have bad neighbors?
$4 million home, dude. All these AP and Way houses, fuck, like they're very expensive.
This is a blow to the community. This is a hard one.
Alzheimer's doesn't care how much money you have, Pat.
That's true.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It'll make you shit all over the house.
That was deep, Mark.
Yeah, don't care. Last body is the one I did the least research on, and it's the most viral one by far. So we'll get through it. It's not as obscure as the Poland Hearse and mummified crapper stories I just gave you. 19-year-old Walmart employee in Canada, Gers Amaran Kaur, definitely didn't pronounce either of those names correctly, was found dead inside the store's walk-in oven.
Yes, this one,
dude.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a big story. She worked at the store on Mumford Road in Halifax, and she was found inside the store's bakery department's oven on the night of Saturday, October 19th. So it happened a week ago, according to the Halifax Regional Police and everyone. And the story keeps getting bigger because new things keep popping up. One, she's 19, right? She's right, an Indian immigrant, and there's all this interesting things to her story, as is the location. But there's also some information about the oven. For example, it's not lockable from the inside. It's not unlockable from the inside. Well,
who made it? GM or Ford? Because I'm hearing that there's an electrical locking issue on some of these.
Like the Hearse.
Right, the Hearse, yeah.
The Hearse. It could be Hades Funeral Services. But there's information coming out that they design these things if you're inside them, you should be able to get out. So which would mean that unless she went in willingly and passed out, or, didn't tell anyone and fell asleep or something like that, it's probably foul play.
So sometimes, this happens. This happened to a friend of ours. Chemicals sometimes, when people go into clean or treat things, can knock you out, and and can kill you.
Yes,
foul play, or did she want to be in there?
Well, you brought that up in the Discord, and someone was like, "Why would you try to kill yourself via oven? That's the craziest."
Yeah, you wouldn't. It would be the craziest way to do it.
Yeah, you'd probably take pills or shoot yourself in the head.
Right. So she either passed out in there, or somebody locked her in there.
Right. Or someone maybe killed her.
Held the door.
Someone could have broke her neck, or someone could have killed her before they put her in there, or just
did a gag where they put a broomstick in the door handle, and
then... so she couldn't get out. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's more to come on that one. I think it happened a week ago, like I said, but they're starting to investigate. What exactly happened here? Because it doesn't look good.
Yeah, that's sad.
No, yeah, but it's hard to explain how it happened without, because you'd think that there would be cameras in the area, right? Because it's a Walmart. So
yes,
the
only people
feel hopefully they'd get to the bottom of it pretty quick.
The only people that Walmart spies on more than their shoppers is their employees.
Yes.
You also you don't want to eat anything from the rotisserie of this Walmart for a while too, right?
Probably
you're not. If you're
tough.
not getting shit from this Walmart, period. Nothing.
No, the bread, no.
Nope. No, thank you.
No.
Terrible. I get it. 3 body stories. I get it.
Bodies.
Trademark. You heard it here first. Common law. You guys ever heard the term gate lice?
No.
When I say gate lice, and we did that story earlier this year, where this is kind of fucked up now that I think about it. We did that story earlier this year about a woman that had lice on a flight, right? And the flight was grounded, and they wouldn't say why. They got out of a hotel room. Two women came back the next day, and they overheard another gate agent talking to a gate agent saying, "Oh yeah, someone had lice." We heard that. It was horrible.
Yeah. Gate lice.
When I saw this story, this headline, I thought to myself, "Oh my gosh, they must be cracking down on people who have lice, who are about to board planes."
At the gate, they've got someone inspecting.
Exactly. I thought maybe this is a thing. But it's the term lice, right, which is a parasite, right, is really, it's a term like vermin. It's reserved for people like Hitler, right, or Donald Trump in that one speech, right? But it shouldn't be used for people, okay? But
this is like a derogatory term
it's
for the
derogatory
people
term.
that crowd the area.
This is like Scarface calling you a cockroach.
Yeah, it's a real term for people that crowd the fucking area, Will.
Yeah.
But not only that, people that jump their boarding group. So people that I'm sure you've seen this before. First of all,
where they go through and obviously they're in a later group and they just
hate
let them
that.
through because they don't want to hold up the whole.
You can call those assholes lice.
So you got two situations. If you ever flew in Southwest, which is not the case anymore because they now have assigned seats, but Southwest previously, right, was a nightmare because if you were north of B48, you were going to get a middle seat. But you'd be sitting there looking at your ticket, which says what your number is, and you'd be lining up in between these 3 to 4 number sections, right, where they have the little stanchion and it says 27 to 31. And you're like, okay, well, am I 27 or am I 31? Is the person, if I'm 28, is the person in front of me 27?
Nah, man, it's always the 30 or 31 gate licing up at that 27 spot, dog. They're always gate licing it at Southwest.
So that's one scenario. The other scenario is you're boarding group 3, okay, and they don't give a shit. They're going boarding group 1. I've been fucked so many times going to the gate because people crowd. Where it's like, wait a minute, did they call my boarding group yet? Because some of the airlines don't have a sign or a TV saying which boarding group they're doing, and it's just someone like sitting there so they can get fucking close when their boarding group is called. But these motherfuckers, some motherfuckers just hijack their boarding group 3.
Just go through.
Just go through it, and at that point, it's too late, right?
No, it's too late. They let them through. They
let them through. Yeah.
The best move to gate lice is know what you're doing and pretend like you just showed up late, and you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I made the flight. Oh my god, thank God. Just go straight through and pretend like you're frazzled, but your gate.
That's a pro gate lice.
You're boarding group 5, and you knew the whole fucking time, and you get
dude.
In there
what is the protocol if you're boarding group 2, okay, and you show up late, and they're on boarding group 4?
You jump right in, Pat.
You go
jump
right in.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. That's my strategy. Is you like kind of pretend like you're in that.
Can you
scenario.
cut boarding group 4 if you're boarding group 2?
You pretend like you're in group 1, kind of, and you just go through when.
No, you have to get immediately in line, but I don't think you can cut through.
Right.
If it's a stop situation, you can cut through, but if it's a flowing situation, you.
I've seen him reject a few people who are just egregiously gate lacing. Like when
they get called.
If they try to go like group 1 and they're like group 7. Like I've seen them be like, no.
I've seen it happen once where some lady said, "You're not in this group, sir. You have to wait." And
I've seen it a couple times. Some airlines will do it.
Yeah. It's been on the rise, specifically because there's more information out there, right? And influencers have been telling people, "Hey, here's a hack to get on the plane early.
Just go in early."
So people are taking that information and they're getting confident and they're just doing it. And people are pissed.
Just lie.
Just lie and go. Fuck them.
Right.
I mean, dude, like, I will say when you have young kids,
so many TikTok trends are just like that. Like, just steal it.
Yeah,
just
take someone's content and steal it,
and it's yours now. And what are they gonna do about it?
So many TikTok
and then wake up at 11 and don't put on shoes all day and look at your overview of a lake at their house, like in your high rise.
Because you're rich. Because
I woke up on the couch and I worked 3 hours a day because I stole everyone's content.
That's true. Yeah. We should start doing that. Anyway, it's on the rise, guys, and there's a new technology that's being tested out at a couple airports, specifically New Mexico's Albuquerque International Sunport Airport, fun, Arizona's Tucson International Airport, and Ronald Reagan International Airport in Arlington, Virginia. I guess mostly it's American Airlines testing this out, this new technology, to see if they can cut down on it. Again, I said Southwest just changed their whole situation where now you can get assigned seats. This maybe is an attempt for American to kind of like shake it up a bit. The airlines are clamping down. And what they're doing, guys, is they're testing out this technology where if you were trying to board a group early, when it scans your ticket, a noise will play, dude, that shames you.
Yeah. They have shame noise. They have this on some of them already. United has this.
What's the noise, man?
Here's the noise.
It goes.
Yeah, exactly.
One more time.
It's the toilet flush.
Yeah. Yeah. And like a light goes off and shines on you. Yeah.
So
on United they have this already. It's like a normal ticket goes like beep beep beep, and then if somebody's trying to go before their group, it's like beep beep bonk, and it gives them like a bonk.
It's different than the bonk, Will. Apparently, it's more like shameful than the bonk, I guess. It's because the bonk, maybe United happened to. But there's big news.
Is there like a light that lights up? Like it's like
some guy just pants you.
It's something to really make you feel like an asshole. You really feel like an asshole. Here's a quote from a spokesperson from American. The new technology is designed to ensure customers receive the benefits of priority boarding with ease and helps improve the boarding experience by providing greater visibility into the boarding process for our team. The gate agent politely lets the customer know, hey, you're an asshole. Get to the back of the line, you piece of shit. And in some instances, a customer may be able to board out of order, such as like when traveling with a companion or a higher status. The agent has to put an override on there, I guess.
Yeah. Dude, I think they should definitely play an embarrassing noise.
I love it. I love it because this is annoying. Everybody, because the people that are boarding early, they had to pay for that fucking, that ability to board earlier. So it's super annoying for them when
closer.
We're constantly.
Do you know what I used to do in Southwest? I would do this. Okay, I'm 27. I would say that out loud.
Right.
And then I'd say, what are you? And then they'd be like, oh shit, I'm 31.
Oh, Pat, that's the only way to do it in the Southwest line. You have to go
act like I'm confused
around you. You have to. No. You know, I'm just straightforward with
you. Look at the number 27, and you point out. You look at the number,
and you hold your thing.
And then you look at your thing, and then you say, "I'm 27."
If I'm anywhere near you on a Southwest line getting in, I'm just going to point at you and say, "Hey, which one are you? What number? I'm this one. Which one are you?" And then I'm gonna line up where it is.
A lot of people do that.
Make no bones about it.
More than 50% of Southwest flights, which I've done a lot. I have a Southwest credit card, Southwest kind of my thing. It used to be, at least. More than 50% of the people would do that. They would gate license. I would have to be like, no, I'm ahead of you. Like
fucking vermin,
Yeah.
You always find at least one person when you're getting ready to board a Southwest flight where you're like, no, come on, you're back there. Yeah. It's it's a constant thing on Southwest.
Not anymore.
Yeah, but it's gotten better, like you said, Pat, where they lined up like the numbers. It almost encourages you to like ask people which number they are.
It's totally gone now, Will. Now Southwest is fully assigned seats as of like 2 weeks ago. So that's great, except for if you are a total hound dog. You can't take advantage of the sick situation because, here's the situation. Hound dogs living in the past. Take a time machine. If you're a little hound dog, there's always hot chicks on an airplane. Always. And if you're sub B48, as I said, you're going to get to choose your middle seat.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
It's an advantage. Yeah. It's an advantage for some.
And hot chicks always have aisle or window because they have their shit together. So
it's really creepy when you're A14 and you choose a middle seat next to a hot chick.
You're hanging back.
I'm gonna sit right here.
Yeah.
Next to A7.
There's plenty of aisle seats available still.
Plenty of all seats available, and you just sit right next to a hot chick with 98% of the seats available.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess I get to choose since I'm A13, though, right? I guess this
is my lucky number. Yeah. I always sit here.
She gets up and leaves.
So where are you going? Oh, yeah. I guess we're both going to the same place. We should hang out.
I guess we should both move then.
Yeah, you might not get as many opportunities with without selective seating, but assigned seating makes it way less creepy.
I'm a bit of a hound dog. Excuse me.
I always sign in late for Southwest.
Anyway, that's the show. Congratulations to all the Commies fans out there. Get out there, have a great
and Eagles fans, shut up.
And the Eagles fans, kind of have a great fucking day.